not saying I know it, but I know a little bit more than that. So I'm gonna have JP speak for a few minutes, okay? And then I'll come back and, role play with you a couple of things. His story is amazing, okay? He's really the Rudy of Primerica, which we're not gonna talk about that part right now.
Yeah, not
Okay? We're waiting until when JP hits 30,000 a month consistently cash flow, then we'll talk about it, okay? But he's the real Rudy, which we'll talk about. But JP, I met him, and I'm in a town where my office is like this, and I go to pizzeria, and he's there. I go to my hair salon, which that's my back in the day. After I met JP, I lost the hair, but that's and I go there, and he's there. I go to my dry cleaner, he's there. I'm like, this guy's everywhere, and he talks to people like my hairstylist Nancy, you remember? And he's hugging her while she's cutting hair. I'm like, dude, let her cut my hair. Leave her alone, So ladies, be careful. Okay. But he's like that. So I'm like, this guy's freaking driving me crazy. So I tell my wife, I'm like, this knucklehead's everywhere. She said, well, did you talk to him about our business? I'm like, oh no, I forgot. Help me understand that. Sometimes you're like, oh crap, I should talk to him, right? So like next time I go there, and my wife, me, and our assistant Bridget, we're all sitting there having pizza, and he's sitting there talking to waitress or whoever. That's Chris, right, the owner. And long story short, they're like, I'm like, that's the guy. They're like, well, get his number. I'm like, all right, so we waved him down, came and sat down, and he's trying to sell me the electric, those meter things, right? How many of you heard of those things, right? He had, they were really good business compared to these other ones, okay? But long story short, he comes down for 3 months. We don't do nothing with him. But those 3 months, we built relationship to the point where he trusts me, right? Yeah. Then the company came out with this contest. And they say, if you put a 1 IBA in, we'll give you an iPad. I don't know, it was something like that, right? I'm like, dude, you put an IBA in. And he's like, all right, I'll get it in, right? And then long story short, we started, and he had no market. And he'll tell you what he did to build his market. And last month he went out and did 10 by 12,000 personal, okay? And he feels confident doing qualified every month by himself as an RVP. See, it's about you. Everything I'm going to tell you is about you. It's not going to be about your people. So I'm sorry, if you came here for your people, you came to the wrong guy. Do you understand that? I don't have that. Coach Meyer can move 1,000 people. I just move me. Do you understand that? And I have a hard time moving me. So I hope that you understand that he's got the skills that I don't have it. And I have the skills that he needs it. And we help each other. See, most of you need to build that with your RVP. Your RVP is your lifeline. Jim Meyer, when Jimmy was working with me back in the old days, now he still works with me, but it was more like we were working together every day. You understand that? Right. And it was whatever Coach said, it went. And Coach and I were on the same page all the time. And anybody else said it, didn't matter. Right. This is what Coach said, I'm going that way. Right. You told me that, I'm sorry, but I'm going this way. You understand that? Mm-hmm. And that's how we had going on. Awesome. And then when he goes the other way, he knows his business goes down. Just like mine did. Does that make sense? Yep. Yeah. So today, I hope you don't mind, we're not going to sugarcoat you. I mean, we ask some permission, not everyone's permission, but we want to talk to you like you're our teammate. Yeah. Do you understand that? If we're going to be here, this is my life. Maniacs are my life. You cut me open, I'm a maniac. Do you understand that? Inside and out. I grew up that way. I've been here since 1998, maniac. Hello? Right. So I just want you to understand, we're going to give you everything God. I want you to hear his story. I want you to figure out that he had nothing and he built something out of it. So without further ado, let's give a great warm welcome. Thank you.
I guess we'll start with, I will start with numbers. How many of you guys pick up numbers every day?
Yes.
What do you average a day? Just curious. 35 numbers a day. Well, 3 to 5. How about anybody else? See, when I came into business, yeah, long story. I retired at a young age. I went broke and had to go back to work. Yeah. And I didn't have market because everybody I knew had issues, and they could enjoy Primerica. How many of us know those people? Right? So what do? You got to go find people. So we started with the phone book, and Sanjay wrote a script for me. He said, I got one perfect for you. I didn't know you didn't have one. He made it up. So I started dialing yellow pages. How many people make 200 calls a day, 250 calls a day? The results weren't that great. He says, all right, we'll try something different. Long story, Karen takes me to the mall, because I didn't have a car then. Drops me off, picks me up. First day, 4 hours. How many numbers you got? I said, 1. She said, what'd you do all day? I said, I looked at all the people. She said, you got to talk to them. So I didn't know how to do any of this. I was in sales, but it was different. If I'm approaching you and selling you something right off the bat, it's a lot easier than trying to make the conversation with somebody you don't know. And I started getting better and better at it. And I've had, I mean, the first guy I met in the parking lot, he's a good friend of mine now. He was a lawyer. And I had a nice car. I talked to him about his car. Long story short, one day he says, what do you do? I said, insurance finance. He says, well, with UBS, I'm good. And I said, why are you good? He says, his friend gave him all the closings from Chase. The guy saved millions. He said, but I gave him all my money. I said, when's the last time you spoke to him? He goes, like 15 years ago. Oh, man. I said, do you even know what you own? He says, why not? Life insurance, I have money. So he eventually gave me his life policy 6 months later. He was paying $14,000 a year at age 39. Oh. Yeah. So at 54, we were $6,000. So I saved him all the money. We got his life policy. He started investing. Apparently the guy got pissed and turned around and said, hey, comes in my office, throws the papers on the desk one day and says, I got a problem. I said, what's the problem? He said, the guy's pissed, he wants me to move his money. $985,000 in an annuity.
Damn. Whoa.
I think between the stock and everything that month, I made $39,000.
Come on.
That's crazy. Seriously, how many
Sanjay's
people make
money right
39,000?
there.
Yeah, but he's used to it. I wasn't used to it. But what's 30, I mean, think about it, 39,000, would you want to go to work the next day?
Nope.
But the point being is, you got to learn to talk to people as hard as it is, because there was a Saturday night, it was 9:20, I had a car waiting outside for you, friends were going into the city. He goes, come on, I said, I didn't get my 10 numbers yet. I walked by a guy, he was bigger than you were, all tattooed up, and not really, had a baby stroller. I walked by him, I went all the way to the other end of the line. I said, you idiot, what are you doing here? I ran back to him, I gave him a card, I said, excuse me, can I give you a card? He goes, what do you do? I said, insurance and finance. He goes, ah, shit. I said, what's the matter? Because I just sat with, I can't repeat the word, but he sat with F in New York Life. I said, what's the problem with New York Life? He said, they wanted $18,000 for me, and I think $22,000 for my partner. Wow. I said, you buy the building? I said, are you sick? He said, no. He says, and you're not funny? I said, but I don't know what you're doing for $22,000. How much coverage do you want? He said, each $1 million. So I showed him what term is in whole life. Real quick, he says, come and see my partner. Took 2 weeks to get the appointment with his partner. He says to me, he got 9 minutes. He says, I'm not rushing you, but that's all you got, what do you do? I said, this is what you're buying, this is what we do, what do you like better? Literally, come back on Tuesday. I said, back on Tuesday, he says, I gotta tell you something. I said, you're both sick. And I was joking then, because he collects pens and I like pens, so he had a whole case of pens on his desk. He says, no, he says, we sat with five insurance companies. You're the only one who taught us to invest. The only one who told us we lose our money in whole life. Wow. We like you. We each need a policy for personally and for the business. That was $20,000 in one day.
Damn. Come on.
Handing out a card.
Come on.
Seriously, I'm not making this up. This is real.
So JP, hold on, okay, because you're going way fast, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
So you gotta tell them what you're doing so you're giving them card, how you're saying it, what you're saying, and everything that you heard, watch this. They all told you not to say it, he says it, watch.
Yeah, it's really backwards. So I'll walk up to him and I'll say, excuse me, can I give you a card? Because he had a baby, and I look for people that are married with a kid. He says, yeah, what do you do? I said, I do insurance and finance. He says, you know, I don't think. I said, you guys looking for life insurance? He says, well, we sat with New York Life. I said, here's my number, give me your number, I'll get back in touch with you. So as soon as he said, you gotta sit with my partner, that was easy. But you gotta walk up to people. If you don't learn to talk to people, who are you gonna talk to? Seriously, how do you expect to make any money if you don't talk? And we all get lazy, because my goal was this. I was picking up 60 numbers a week. I would say 40 to 50 of them were married with kids or single with kids. My goal was to get 3 appointments a week, or 3 sales a week. Because I was by myself, trying to make a living. Because you know, how many people here don't make any money? How much fun is it? Right? Is that much fun? No. Do you feel like coming here when you don't make any money?
No.
So what are you going to do? If you don't talk to more people, what are you going to have?
Money.
Yeah, you can talk to more people. So I started getting good at that, because I had no other option. If you guys have a warm market, get in your warm market. It's a lot better than the mall. But really, if you can learn to talk to people, you just don't know who you're gonna meet. I mean, I have multiple stories, I can tell you 10 of them. But that's a nice payday, right?
Yeah.
It's a nice payday, it keeps you over for a little while. You know, I took about a year off, honestly, so Jimmy said don't hold anything back, so I took about a year off, mentally. And, you know, the contest came around, I said, San, I missed some trips, because I think I won 5 or 6 trips. And there, who's been on a trip before? No, you guys. Who's been on a trip? Aren't they nice when they pay for everything?
Yeah.
12 days in Hawaii cost me $90. And I got to bring my girlfriend at the time. So how many people like to go with your partner for 90 bucks for 12 days?
Come on.
12 bucks. So, you know, I wanted to win this trip, and I said to him, I said, I haven't done crap in I don't know how many months. You know, because I think the trip started in, when did the trip start out? November it started? No, February, right? So I didn't do anything all the months. And then all of a sudden I heard, oh, 1 by 1. So you hire one person, you do 1,000 in premium, you get 50,000 points.
Come on.
I love numbers, I'm a numbers person. I walked in his office and said, if I get 7 draft picks, I got a 600% chance better of winning than somebody who gets 1. Because I look at the contest. The average person who gets in a draft gets about 1.5. So last time there were, so if I go too fast you can tell me. Last time there were 9,100 drafts, 6,100 people in there. The average person had 1.42 draft picks. I had 8. That's 600% better than them. So I had 6 times more of a chance of winning than they did.
That's what you want.
Right? That's what I meant. But you just one person, like literally, 7 months off, work 1 month and you get a trip. That's backwards. I'm not suggesting that. But I'm telling you, you can do anything if you really try to work. Think about it. Like you said, I just picked the right month to work. But isn't it? Take 7 months off. Well, it's true, right? I picked the right month to work, but I wanted to start getting back and making money again because, you know, you hit a point where either you're going to do it or you're not. You know, you wasted your time and their time because build it or get out. And I was to the point where I was going to go get a job. At RDP, I'm thinking this. And I made some good money. I also blew a lot of money. But, you know, if you don't hold on to it, what good is it? You got to save your money here. Because what happens in business? This, right? So if you don't have any money saved, what happens? Your brain goes, I need a job. Then what? Then you work for nothing, right? You do. Because think about this. At RDP, if you do a sale a week, that's 1,000 a week. That's 52 grand a year? But remember, we clear 52 grand a year. That's 80 grand at a job. Do you understand the difference? Because I can write my car off, my food, my dates, anything I want to do, I can write off. Because all I got to do is mention Primerica. Seriously. So we get to keep most of our money. How many people have jobs here? I won't even ask you your tax rate. How do you feel about paying Uncle Sam your money? And we get to invest 25% of it at the end of the year in a set plan. So we even get to keep more of it. Seriously, there's much different making 50 grand here than at a job. You have freedom and you win trips. But really, just get out and talk to people and just call. I mean, you just constantly, you know, I think my numbers were this. I would pick up 60 numbers a week. Like I said, 40 to 50 were married or single with kids. It took a couple of weeks to build equity, and then I would start doing 2 to 3 sales a week. And I was still, you know, making, whatever it was, $2,200 a week. Take 2 weeks off, work again. That was my problem. I never stayed consistent. Otherwise, I should have had 2 rings by now. But that's what you got to do. You got to really get out there and talk to people. And how else are you going to expand? It's once you realize it doesn't matter. My goal was always to get 3 sales a week because I wanted to make money. I didn't care how many people I had talked to. I didn't care how many didn't answer the phone. I have thousands of numbers. It doesn't matter. You're still looking for that. Now I started hiring people again and going back to work. And I think, you know, we hear all the time, once you don't do anything, so what? Go find more. But it doesn't click because we're all human. And when somebody says, I'm not doing anything, you say, this shit again, right? Now we got to go hire another person. But you got to remember, if that person, if he says, no, I don't want to do anything, he's not going to help you. And it takes a while. Like Jim Penn on his CD said it took him 5 years to stop trying to change people. I think it took me 6. Well, I don't know, 6. But when you find people that want to work, it's a lot easier. And you don't lose your mind. You know what I mean? So just find people that want to go to work, but you're not going to find them unless you start talking to people. You can run into people accidentally, but you're not going to run into enough. Right? Does that help?
Yeah, that was awesome. This is how I train my team, okay? So, like, who picked up something out of what JP said? Okay, so, young lady.
Just getting after it. not caring what people think. I know it's repetitive and cliche with this stuff, but yeah, just.
That helps you, good.
And then the card too, just like that's the initiator.
That's cool, right? How simple it, I never, see, he teaches me this stuff. Do you understand that? I always learn from people. I'm probably gonna learn more from, being here this weekend from you guys than what I can help you. It's just, he said, excuse me, can I give you my card? Can I give you my business card? And some people will say no. Hello? Right, I go to the mall right now and people wanna spray me, right? Spray me, I just spray myself, right? But that's the way it is. I mean, we're trying to give a card. Some people said, then what else he says after that? What did he say?
Insurance and finance.
Insurance and finance?
No. He said, so what he said is, do you know what I do or what we do?
Do you know who we are?
Or do you know who we are? That's a conversation piece. Look, you want to learn multiple different ways. This is not the only, but he's teaching you total cold market.
Yeah.
So if some of you want to go get busy and be in cold, because we came from frozen New Jersey just now, okay? We're in cold, we got to be prepared for cold. Do you understand that? You don't go out there, I mean, we have jacket and scarf and everything, Alan's office is all filled up, right? But that's how so if you're going to cold market, you got to get in cold market, you got to do this for a little while and then get the hell out of that. Is that okay?
Yes.
You get 1 or 2 good people and you're done. He's getting sales, he's getting a lot of stuff, and he's getting $20,000 sales, $30,000 sales, $1 million sales for people, because people are out there needing that. So first he says is that, can I give you my card, right? Second thing he says is, right?
You know who we are.
Do you know who we are, right? Now, he always wears Primerica, okay? He loves wearing Primerica. I'm Mr. Primerica. You come to my house, everybody's Primerica. My router's Primerica. If you drive by my house, it'll be Primerica shining on your head. Right? Literally, I'm Mr. Primerica. My daughter thinks that if Daddy did not join Primerica, he wouldn't have clothes. Primerica. She's like, Dad, he doesn't own anything. No? Next thing, they ask me, what do you do? Now you can do whatever you want to say. I taught him not to say insurance and investment. How many have been taught that? What does he say?
Insurance and investment.
I just got in the habit.
Bill, I'm sorry to bring you this guy all the way here.
He's 50%.
Half, right?
And what do people say now?
I'm good.
Right?
Or I'll say to somebody, I teach you how to start college plans for your children. You have one started.
That's good.
Because what do parents do? They go after the kids, right?
I say something like this, isn't it crazy now colleges are super expensive? What do you think people will say?
Yes.
Have you thought about putting together a plan for your child? So if I see a person that has kids, that's coming out my mouth. Do you understand that? Now, what we're going to say to you is so ridiculous. So you're going to say, are you kidding me? How many thought that? Raise your hand. This is stupid. Are you kidding me? Right? That's what we do. Like, how many of you saw Herbalife people? Anybody saw Herbalife people?
Yeah.
How do you spot Herbalife people?
They got the badge.
Some of you said skinny people? No. They have a big button. Right?
Right.
Ask me how you can lose 30 pounds in 30 days. Something like that, right? How many saw that big button?
Yeah.
They're not trying to hide anything. They're just telling you you need to lose weight. And if you're fat, they're going to go to you. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like, you got to be so transparent. Like, you're not supposed to be so, how do I say it in a nice way, is people talk to you and they're like, well, I don't know what they do. I don't like that. Or I didn't get clear. You're doing a bad thing. Do you understand that?
Yes, right.
Jimmy told me this, Coach told me this. He says, when people leave away from you, how are they, registering in their head about you?
Yeah.
Are they thinking that you're a nice person? I like talking to that person. That was a good conversation I had. I would definitely like to call him more, right? Or are they going to say, what a loser, what a jerk. I would never want to talk to that person. See, I'm very clear. He helped me a lot on that. Right? Some of you need to be clear. Sometimes you just have to get abused a little while. Because some of you are going to get abused because you wear Primerica shirt. Oh, Primerica. Do you get that? Primerica? What do they say?
Oh, heard about you guys. I say, great, what do you like about us? Nothing. I said, that's your problem. You should learn what we do.
How many agree with that? They say, I heard that pyramid. What do you
I say,
say?
this is not your job.
You got that one? Sound like your job.
Exactly.
It's better.
Exactly.
Look, you gotta learn some of these lingo. If you wanna know every one of them, just buy him a beer later and he'll tell you every one of them, right? But the point I want you to understand is that you're in a coal market, you've gotta go through a lot of people to find a couple good people.
Yeah.
And the problem with most people, they go through very little people to find the greatest people. And that's definition of failure. How many understand? Okay, so does that help you?
Yes.
It helps Siri over there. Alan, is that okay?
Yeah.
Because you can tell me if I'm over the line.
No?
Now, I want to go over the quick little screen, if you just have to adjust your chair. It's asking me for chord, I have to play chord or something, you might have to turn that on.
Yeah, we'll get.
Okay? I just want to give you a quick, like, how many of you know my story? Raise your hand if you know my real story.
Yeah.
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories. That's why there's a lot of stories.
Hey, Jay, turn that up, please.
Okay.
Never mind, okay.
So I'll just talk you through here, you can just see that.
Make sure it's on.
It's
on what? Here,
Okay, so it'll take a few minutes to come up, okay? So I'm gonna give you my story, and Coach Meyer has been really amazing to me and my family, okay? And that's why I am where I am, and I'm not gonna, make up anything, this is a true story. Let's see here. He's asking me for it. Okay, got it. Betcha. All right, so we go. So, I'm going to put up the slide up there, okay? And you see here, it says, today's crisis comes an opportunity of our lifetime. You're only as good as people you hire. Okay? So how many understand that part?
Yeah.
So there's a crisis going on, okay? Everybody says we're in a crisis world, right? Except Trump says that, no, we're the greatest world, right? So I'm not a politician, but I hear all this, right? So let's look at this here. Just a quick story. I've had 3 different jobs before Primerica. So my last job was computer specialist. Before that, I was working as movie theater manager. And before that, I was newspaper manager. Okay? Circulation manager. My wife worked for office manager of Jim Meyer for 12 years. Right now, you see Jen Cueva, right?
Yeah.
That was my wife, Then she was a dental hygienist for 5 years, so that was her life. And we meet in a business, and this is our background, okay? I never sold anything, right? Never owned a business, never had financial experience, right? Didn't even handle my money right, personally. Okay, I didn't handle my personal money right. So if you look at it, this before Primerica, this is mine. So Karen made me take her name out of this list. Because she said that was your debt, not mine. That's the truth. She didn't have no debt. Karen had everything cash all her life. Okay? So 11 credit card maxed out. How do you max out 11 credit card? Because you don't pay attention to your credit. I thought I had 2 credit cards. I was dating someone else. She opened up another 9 credit card under my name.
Wow.
So it wasn't me, it was her, but it was under my name, so it was mine. You understand that?
Wow.
I had a car loan. Look at the interest rate on a car.
17%.
Right? Student loans, no saving. I had $200 saved up in a bank, and living with my mother and 4 sisters. So when you live with 5 women in 1 bathroom, I always use the backyard for bathroom. Okay. I lost my job. I lost my car, right? Because you get repo, right? One day I wake up, true story, and my mother's like, they're towing your car away. I'm like, what's going on? They say, yeah, you gotta call this number, we're towing her away, we're repoing it. That's not fun, do you understand that? No credit, because all the max out credit card, and you make the payment, no money. I was dating this girl for 4 years, that's the one that charged up all the credit card. We were living together, and she ended up leaving me for my friend. His name is Michael Rodriguez, okay? One day I wake up and I have 2 bags full of clothes. She put it out and I had to go home. Because I had no credit, no job, no car, no nothing. And he had all of those.
Wow.
Now how low can you go? Right? Then I get my sister's car because I joined Primerica. I gotta go on an appointment. I have no car, right? I get my sister's car, brand new. Okay, brand new Toyota Corolla. She just bought it. She worked so hard, and I borrowed it to go on an appointment. And I'm on my cell phone, and I have a head-on collision with another car. And totaled her car. Now, how do you like that? How do you like this story? Right? But watch this. My coach did not know one thing about that. Coach Meyer did not know any of that. Because Coach Meyer had hundreds of people walking around him. And if he saw me as a bad apple, I was afraid he would just drop me like a hot potato.
Wow.
Right? That was my whole fear was. So I wanted to be around successful people, people that are teamwork, ideas, right? That's what my whole goal was. So I worked the hardest first few years. So real story is 1990 I joined and I quit because everybody told me it wouldn't work. I joined back 8 years later. That's what my 8 years life was. It went from good to worse. A lot of people that you see them 5 years later, you go there, their life is worse than where it's today.
Right.
So you need to keep following up with that. Yes, you get angry, you get frustrated, but what the heck? You gotta stop it, right? So I worked part-time, I worked only Sundays, and I'll do a lot of appointments Sundays, like 3-4 appointments Sunday, and I made 1 or 2 sales Sundays, every Sunday, and I made $22,000 that year. And following year, I became RVP, and I made $5,500 a month. Those 2 years, I completely paid off all my debt in 18 months.
Nice.
And then Karen, I met Karen in the business, right? She saw me as a double-digit recruiter. She said, I want him. No, just kidding. I have my version, she has hers. Somewhere there's truth. Okay. So year 2000, we got married. She says, this is what her thing was. She said, if you're not going to get out of debt, I can't marry you. Because you know, ladies, you marry his debt also. You just don't marry him. You marry his family and his debt and everything. So make sure you do the, ID debt. And then, so you look at our income, the first 3 years we worked the hardest, and after that, it was just business started taking off. Now I put down there 2001 World Trade Center bombing, 2002 corporate scandal, right? Yep. 2003 war. And every one of those bad years, like we live in Jersey, literally from our office you can see the World Trade Center building, not that far, okay? We saw the smoke and all of that. I remember people calling me that time and they say, Sanjay, I know you're in the insurance business because we give out cards, right? We talk to people and they say, I need insurance today. We're like, all right, okay. It's a pretty good day. No problem. Where do you want? So can you come to my building because I have to have it. My wife told me I gotta get insurance today because we have a bomb threat in the building. We're like, dude, can we meet in another building? I don't want to come over that building. It's honest. This is how the conversation's going. Literally, just recruiting cup people made $50,000 more, right? Following year, another $50,000. Corporate scandal, you remember that, right? Some of you, war, we got mad, we were gonna kill everybody, right? So look at my pay rate. And I was not doing anything that much. I was just showing up, doing the fun stuff, and businesses keep growing. 2004, so from 2000 to 2004, me and Karen lived on $50,000 a year. No house, no fancy car, no vacation, no jewelry, nothing. To the point where we became cash millionaire in 2004. I actually remember when I made $100,000, I drove to Mercedes dealer. And I got into the baddest Mercedes, because I remember Coach bought, that year, he bought S500, and I drove that, and I'm like, this is awesome. I want one of those, and you know, dealers are very smart, right? They convince you gotta have this car. Well, Mr. Mahida, what do you make? Six figures, oh my God. So I get in a car, my wife's all concerned, my wife is very concerned, to the point where I'm like, honey, you can buy a Louis Vuitton pocketbook. So I buy a bunch of them, and she won't even buy it, you know, it's like, come on. So, long story short, she calls Jimmy and said, Jimmy, this guy lost it.
Wow.
Jimmy's like, what's going on? He's buying a $100,000 car. This is a true story, this is exact happened. So Jimmy calls me, hey coach, how you doing? Hey, what's going on, Sanj? I'm at the car dealership, I'm buying my dream car. He's like, what are you buying? He's like, I'm buying the S500. What year? The newest one. Coach like, that's the one I got. He's like, yeah. And we're having this conversation. It's not going good for me. You understand? He's like, Sanj, you don't buy that car with the based on money you make. That was not a good conversation. I walked out of the dealership without that car. I hated it. I was so angry. I was so frustrated, right? Then the next month I went on and bought a Lexus, but it was much lower, okay? But that's what I had that coaching. Do you understand that?
Right.
We're making 30 grand a month, and I was living in the basement paying $1,000 a month rent. And the basement would always get flooded. And I hated it, so I would just run out of the house and go do appointments. Because I didn't want to clean up. So you're going to have to make a decision. It's a short period of time. Would you agree with that? This is a short cash millionaire. I've been cash millionaire for a long time. Now we're multi-millionaire. So the goal is to be financially free, no consumer debt. Right now we have business in 10 states. We have 200 people licensed. Now we're up to $100 million in asset under management. And we have our priorities. Fair enough?
Yep.
Okay, so set a big goal. This is really me, okay? And I can't tell that. Wow. But my father, that's my driver's license from New Jersey on the left. My father-in-law used to call me a terrorist. He said, he looks like a terrorist. Okay, I'll show you. But, you know, that's how I was regional leader, right? Okay, and we decided that we're gonna go to work, and we compete in everything. We don't compare. We don't care whose people are, we don't care what level people are, we just competed. Because coach will show us the leaders bulletin, and we will immediately look at the bottom of the leaders bulletin. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, yeah, I'm beating this guy, that guy, and that guy. She's like, yeah, it's true. These other 20 guys beat you. Why don't you stop focusing on up? And whatever coach taught us, we learned those things. Right?
Right.
I didn't like him all the time. Do you understand that? There are many times I did not like him. But you're not supposed to like your coach all the time.
Right.
But you're supposed to respect your coach. I respect him forever, right? So, you know, that's my little girl, Izzy. That time is little, okay? And been to Hawaii, and JP, you were there, so it was a blast.
That's the
and,
South Shore, yes.
Now she's growing up, but these people helped me, okay? These people really helped me get through it. On the top or middle is Eileen. She just gave birth last night to her 5th child, which is amazing. 12 now. Okay, there's Paul. There's the limo driver Anthony. There's a bank teller Ronnie, right? There's a household helper Marcelina. Then this is Jatin. He was an insurance agent that JP met a young man in an elevator, and this man said, you know what, JP said, would you be interested in extra income, right? He's like, you know what, I'm not, but my sister is.
Yeah.
His sister worked for an insurance company. She comes aboard. She says, the top producer you should talk to in my office is this guy. So we invite him to our office. And one time he saw the sign and he left. Second time, he came up and he left. I'm like, where's this guy? To the point where third time, I called him and I said, hey, his name's Jatin. I said, hey, Jatin, look, I am gonna go have a lunch. Okay, I went up buy you lunch and I'm gonna show you my business plan. Use the word business plan, game plan. Fair enough?
Yeah.
Don't use the word presentation, because people are tired of presentation. Am I right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay? So I'm like, so I take him through, we have a lot of diners in New Jersey, right? Take him to the diner, and I said, dude, just order whatever you want to order. Lunchtime, you order nice burgers or fries or whatever, right?
Yep.
He's eating, and I say, I got 30 minutes. I gave him everything I had, totally passionately,
Yes.
and 30 minutes later, he's like, I'm in.
Nice.
Him and me and JP, we all go to work. We do 127 interviews with the whole life agents. How many?
127.
We recruit 47 of them out of that. And JP and Jatin, they hold the company's record, you know. We had two, you were, what number you were? 5, right? 4. And he was number 3.
Because I went one later, earlier rather.
But they were top in the whole company that year. And our business built, we promoted 5 RVPs. Look, you're one person away from explosion. Honestly, that is 100% true. But most people looking at it like, oh, I need to get JP. No, you gotta make a decision to talk to people.
Right.
And you gotta get better at it. At that 127 that I did interview, almost every one of them was either me or him. Majority of them were me, right?
Sure.
One of them was, this girl was, she just got promoted to RVP this year. Her name is Bridget. And Bridget was one of the top producers they had, you know, so Jay had her. Jay's like, we gotta get Bridget. I'm like, well, okay, go get her. But she doesn't like Primerica. We were trained not to like Primerica.
Yeah.
I'm like, crap, so how are you gonna get her? I was like, let's go. So we go to the office. So watch this. We're in a parking lot of the whole life office, okay? If you're recording, don't put this up there. Okay. So Jay's like, okay, I'll go first, and I'll call you. So I'm in a car outside waiting. He goes in there. All the managers know that he joined Primerica. They throw him out, literally. Not physically, but literally abuse him. Get out of here. You don't know where they're going. They're gonna screw you, blah, blah, blah. So he comes back. He's like, there's no Bridget up there. She's not there. She's probably out on the field. I'm like, all right. So let's get her. So they call her. They said, Bridget, we gotta talk to you. So I'm in my office now. We're back in the office. So there's a guy named Frankie and Jay, okay, Jatin. Frankie walks in the front, and Bridget is walking behind him, Frankie, and then Jatin is walking behind her. They literally sandwich her. Say, follow us. Right. My office has, like, you guys have gigantic Primerica stores, I love it, okay? Mine, you can't even find it in the freaking parking lot. Am I right?
No, you can't.
So she doesn't even know where she's at. She's walking up the stairs.
Yeah.
Second floor she comes. They're walking. Frankie's so tall so she can't see nothing, right? The tenant behind her. They bring it literally to my office, my desk, and she's like, Primerica! No! I'm like, yeah, what you heard about us? And she was nice. She said, I'm sorry, but no, I'm not interested. I said, look, you're already here. That's his line, because he did it to that girl.
The person that I first came in for the interview, she says to me, sits at my desk and says, oh, it's Primerica. And then in my head, I'm like, all right, it's all over the wall, it's on the door, and you just realize it's Primerica. I'm in trouble.
People
Really in
act
trouble.
goofy sometimes, right?
No, seriously, I'm like, really, I'm in trouble. She said, I never would have sat down with you if I knew it. I said, well, you're here anyway. I'm gonna show you what we do. If you don't like it, I'll buy you a cup of coffee, and I appreciate your time. She got done, she goes, that's not what they told me about you. I said, wow, that's why you should see things.
And they
not hear
joined,
things."
right? Mark was one
They
of
all
those
joined.
guys. Mark, like, man, I hate
Yeah.
Primerica. After 30 minutes later, he joined.
Because they all thought we were bad, that was the problem.
Bridget goes out and
Don't tell me.
listens to my presentation, which practice your freaking presentation.
Right.
Some of you know freaking Kanye West's song, and, oh, Kanye's big over here.
Think about how much music you know, how much money does it make you? Zero.
All we did was we practiced presentation. We could do a presentation in 7 to 10 minutes and sizzle it. not just read it, sizzle it. So we practice Bridget joins after 30 minutes, and she's like, oh my God. She's like, oh my client, what am I gonna tell them that I sold them this whole life policy? I'm like, I'm gonna help you with that. And I helped her. I give her the conversation. If you need it, call me, okay? And she goes back to 30 of her clients back. She closes 27 back with premium.
Wow.
Wow.
Is that amazing?
Yeah.
It's a better product.
She just got promoted to RVP this year, you know? So I just want you guys to understand that everything we're telling you comes from our experience, what we've been through. We're not sugarcoating you, okay? You're gonna have a couple questions, because I gotta get done quickly, because Coach Meyer wants us to go. But I want you to understand, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. And some of you are so holding on to where you're starting and where you are that you're just gonna die in that position. And die means like you're gonna end up going to job. Or you're gonna end up going to Cutco or Amway or Herbalife.
Who do you guys have around here? Do you have that stuff?
All of them.
So put a game plan, something like that, okay? 5-year, 10-year game plan. And go crazy and say, we're gonna do something. Like my daughter wants us to build an animal shelter. My wife and I, we love schools and hospital, but the way schools are designed where we are, it's very, very, it's awful, let's just speak, okay? Teachers can't teach the way they want to. Like, you know, like Will Smith and LeBron James, they have those schools for kids. That's something we want to do that, right? We have a big goal. And why don't you get a big goal? So what? You're gonna go through flat on your face until you don't shed all the body of, you know, like the snake sheds all the skin, right? What do you call it, butterfly when they were, what do you call it? They shed. Until you don't shed all of that, it's okay to go through pain. I've been through it. He's going through it. He's out there, the other side. All of these RVPs everywhere, I love them. They're my brothers to me. Now, I want to compete with them, because if I don't compete with them, if I don't beat them, they don't respect me. They will always love me, because they know I'm first generation Jemai. Okay? They always love me. We're family. But I need their respect more than love.
Right.
Do you understand that? Here's parents will always love their kids, whether a kid is an ugly kid also. I'm one of them, okay? So my sisters are all beautiful, nice ladies, right? I'm the odd one. But just to let you know that parents doesn't have to respect every one of them.
Right.
There's one person parent listens to, one kid. And I am that kid today. I went from being a black sheep of the family, my mom pulled out a rosary every time she saw me, to now like he's the greatest thing in the world. You understand that? So I got a couple quick quotes here, and then I'll let you ask questions. These are some of the great quotes that I love them. You know, Mother Teresa says, I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the water and create many what? Ripples. That's your job. You gotta get your business card out. If you don't have a business card, you wanna just say hello, right? Or just point your church, have you heard of our company? I don't care what you do, get a button, big button, I don't know. We used to have a freaking button back in the old days. Was there anybody that old? No. Okay. Look at Martin Luther King, right? So if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then what? Walk. If you can't walk, then what? Crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. See, some of you are standing still. It's like you're in a quicksand. Because when your leaders ask you, how much number you got? You're like, no numbers. How do you do that? Right? When your goal is, you don't like, if I had a goal to make a 1 hour call, I'm making calls. They're not like a 1 hour, let's go to call, water cooler here. You know, you got an office so you can hide it, right? You got an office like this. My office, you can't hide it. We got no hallways. I got rid of all the hallways one time. We took a hammer one time, we broke it down, nobody could hide.
True.
We know where you are. I'm putting cameras pretty soon, because if I'm gonna travel, I need camera. You understand that? Okay? So you gotta move forward, okay? This is my uncle, okay? He says, in a gentle way, you can shake the world. You can literally shake the world. And I believe as a maniacs, we all together, we can really shake. See, Coach Meyer has this big vision of RVP Factory. So he has this big vision. The problem with the vision is we did it for 1 month. Hello? How many RVPs we promoted 1 month? I think it was 17. And that was it. Then we all shut down. Hey, whoa, we RVP Factory. We were 1 month RVP Factory. The other rest of the month, we were not. Do you understand that? And that's what my vision is, to make Coach's vision come true. He's not going to play the game. Coach is not prospecting, recruiting, training, because that's not what his job is. He didn't do it when he was in New Jersey, right? We never looked at the coach is not doing it. Why am I doing it? We never did that. We just said, what he says, let's go do it. So he's going. See, every one of you got to put the game plan together and say, I need to go to RVP, and write down how you want to go to RVP, and give it to your RVP and go to work. That's all. That is as easy as it comes. And it might happen in 3 months, it might happen in 6 months, might happen in a year. But there's nobody out of this room, 1.5 years later, cannot be RVP.
That's right, absolutely.
Is that okay, guys?
Right. Yep.
So any question comes to mind? Anybody? Any comments? You suck, whatever. I don't know.
So what happened between 1990 and 1998? Why it took so long?
I'll tell you one story, but there are many, many stories. Okay, one of the stories was my mother tells my uncle that I'm joining this cult. Okay, back in the day with A.L. Williams. So my uncle does research, and he gets stacks of all this stuff, comes to my house, my mother's house, and shows everything, and creates a big problem in my family. I just got my life license. I'm fired up.
Wow.
That's what happens. I don't listen. So he goes across the street from our house. There's a whole life agent living there, Prudential guy. He tricks me and sends me to breakfast at his house. He pulls out all these policies. That time, variable life came out in picture, universal life, in 1990. And he tells me Primerica is going out of business. That time was A.L. Williams. And I believed it. So be careful who you hang out with.
Yep.
I hung out with a lot of people and my negative mother, which I love her, okay? I love her to death. She was just trying to protect her child from going through something negative. Do you understand that?
Right.
That was her belief. And guess what? I got a job after that. And I started working a job, got busy, and didn't look back. Until one day I wanted to open up an IRA. In 1998, I dialed this number, 201-785-8175. That was Jim Meyer's number. I still remember till this day. Huh?
Damn.
And I dialed that number, and Karen picks up the phone. She was his assistant. And I said, I need an IRA. And she sends Tom Pasciuti to my job. I work for a bank, so I said, Tommy, we can't do an IRA here because they got cameras everywhere. But can we do it in the parking lot? And I go to the parking lot and we do an IRA on his hood of his car. And I said, you know what? I was thinking about Primerica. How's it going? What's going on? He's like, I can't promise you anything, but let me check on to that.
Nice.
And he was not like, oh yeah, you gotta come. Yes. He was not like that. He was very cool, calm, just like Alan, you know, smooth, right? Okay. And he says, look, I can't promise you anything, but if you're serious, you want to work out, let me just check into a couple of things. He went to state, information. He called state. He gave my numbers, right? My information. He had everything because I opened up IRA, and he found out that I was still active licensed with state. He calls me and said, hey, I got good news for you. We can reactivate your license, but you need to come and see Jim Meyer. I said, Jim Meyer? He's like, yeah, because I was 6 generations deep to him. So all those people in between, they all quit. So I didn't know that, so I come and Jimmy had this big office back in Jersey. His desk was like a plank and land on it that big. I walk in and I said, Jimmy, and I was like, that's Jimmy, man. I'm gonna work with Jimmy, I love it. And that was it, so that's what happened.
Nice.
But you gotta be careful who you hang out with. If people are not supporting you, encouraging, like I love my mom, but she was not supporting me and encouraging me. When I rejoined, we had a conversation after that. And I put my foot down and I said, Mom, I'm doing this with or without you.
That's right.
I love you, I'm always gonna love you, but I wanna do this because I've been busting my butt at job after job after job and nothing's coming in. And I said, I don't wanna take your life saving and go put in another business, because I'm not cut out to get degrees after degrees, I said. I'm not gonna be a doctor, I'm not gonna be a lawyer. So I gotta get a business and I'm not taking all your savings and blow it up. I said, this is, at least I can do this. And she said, all right, I'll support you. And when I come midnight at home, after a late appointment, there was a plate of food waiting for me.
Nice.
So you gotta have that conversation. So that 8 years were tough years, because I was lost in corporate world. Some of you are gonna do that, you're gonna do that. I did it, I'm showing you my honest story. You're gonna have to make a decision. Either you do it here, or you do something else. Okay, what else? Anything else? Any question? Any comments?
Anybody gonna pick up numbers? How
Yeah.
about that one?
I got a question for both of you, really. So let's say we're sitting in this room, no momentum, nobody on our team. We want to have a team, obviously, sooner than later. What's an action plan or a business strategy you would say we could do like today or tomorrow?
Go talk to a massive amount of people.
Now, he's gonna talk to you about coal market. I'm gonna talk to you about wall market also. Look, some of you have a lot of friends and family. And there's two group of people in friends and family. One group is that you've been through that with them. How many been through some of your friends and family? Okay? I'll give you that script. Okay? So this is what you should do. People that you already, they know you're Primerica. Okay? I'm sorry, your name? Jonathan. So let's say Jonathan is my friend, and he knows that I'm in Primerica. He came to the office, wasn't for him. But I want Jonathan's market. Jonathan has market. He knows people, right?
Right.
So I just say, hey, Jonathan, what are you doing for tomorrow breakfast? Let's grab a cup of coffee or a sandwich. Invest in people a little. Is that okay? If I didn't buy that guy lunch, I wouldn't have a lot of business today. If I didn't buy him a couple of breakfasts, I wouldn't be here today. Is that okay?
Yes.
It's okay. If you invest money and every business owner does that. Every single business owner do that. Okay? So I talked to Jonathan, I called him, hey Jonathan, how's your going family, Thanksgiving's coming, blah, a small conversation. Is that okay? Then I'll say, Jonathan, I need your help. Would you help me?
Yeah.
Jonathan, you know I'm in Primerica, and I know you're not interested, so I'm not asking you to join or buy or anything. But I want you to listen to my presentation, okay? And my business plan. And if you like it, and if you know somebody that I can help them, would you send them my way?
Yeah, do that.
So let me just show you this and tell me honest opinion. Is that okay? And I went back to, 1 month I went back, when I got him, I went back for 66 people that I knew, every one of them. 66. And I found 3 good directs. He was one of them, right? And another 2 people, which he knows Jessica and Hazel, right? And so my thing is that the people you already know, they have, I want you to know, if he gives me 3 names and numbers, how powerful is that compared to picking up 10 numbers out there? You gotta do that also. See, some of you, like I want him to do what I'm doing, I'm telling him to do that, because he's so good at that, sometimes it's easier for him that he doesn't want to do this. So you gotta get into people's warm market, recruits warm market, referral market. Is that okay?
Yes. Yep.
That's what you want to get into. The people that you have chicken lists. How many, be honest, you all have chicken lists, be honest. Okay? This is what you're gonna do with chicken lists. I'll send this text message to all the RVPs, I'll give it to them, a copy of that. I want you guys to send out the text message to chicken list people and let your RVP call them. Because you're not calling them. Even though I give you a script today, you ain't gonna call them. Am I right, Joe?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so you're just gonna text them and say, hey, blah, 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 whatever, Jehovah's gonna call you. And boom, Jehovah's will help you. He'll knock out the calls for you. But you gotta get that, because you help families, you really do. Because if you don't, you're gonna go to your friends and family's funeral and you're gonna kick yourself in the back.
Yep.
It's how we should have talked to them. I should have done that, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Because how would you like to find out that one of your friend or one of your family member is turning 70, their health is bad, and they're financially, they're getting $600 every month on Social Security, that's it. How would you feel? You have a nice house, you have a nice car, you have everything, but you didn't because that was your chicken list. How would you feel? Most of you feel bad, would you?
Yeah.
Now, if you don't, you're jerk then. You should feel bad, because you have the cure for cancer.
Yes.
So there's two type of people in your one market. One that you can approach them, and one that you want to have somebody help you. Is that okay?
Yes.
See, RVP, our job is to get you to RVP. My job is to get John to RVP.
Yeah.
Now, if he doesn't want it, he's not doing it, what I'm asking him, then I'm jumping on to the next person.
Yes.
And Coach Meyer's secret was, he doesn't kick you off the team. He lets you be a bench warmer.
Yep.
And he makes sure, hey, you get that water, please. Get the towels. Give me the towel. Get the water. Okay. Help. That's what he does, right? Coach Meyer does that.
Yep.
He's like, what the? I'm gonna get back in the game. Am I right?
Yeah, right.
We were all bench warmer at one point.
Yep.
Right, Alan?
Yep.
And we decided to go to work. Right?
Yep.
We're like, crap, I don't want to be on a bench.
Mhm.
So don't make people feel bad. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Your job is to make them think they're special. Jimmy has this quality that, you know, I'm gonna say it and, you know, don't tell Coach. Okay. If he wanted to build base shop, he'll build it faster than all of us and bigger than all of us. Because he will inspire you, motivate you, pick up numbers, just like what we're trying to do. The second thing he does better than all of us is he keeps you disciplined. Whether he does it or not, he keeps you disciplined. What do you think, Alan?
Amen.
He gets you to stay disciplined, and if he doesn't, if you don't do it, there's going to be a conversation with Coach. And it's not going to be a good conversation. How many know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And all the RVPs know that.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to make sure that sometime when you don't do it, your RVP is going to have a conversation with you. Some of us let people go very easy and let them just do whatever they want to do. I decided I'm going to start having conversation with them, and I'm going to say what's going on. And if I find out he just completely lost it and he doesn't want to do it, then you know what? Hey, when you're ready, just give me a call, man. I'm ready.
Right.
Right. Yep. Then I inside me like, okay, I gotta go help Jonathan.
That's good.
Right? Because you don't want to break the tie. You don't want to cut that, because you never know when the stuff comes out of people. But you're good at that.
Yeah.
Like I told you, Jenna, last year, $0.
Yeah.
Year to date, 82,000. She's like 18 grand away from ring as a regional leader. How many like that regional leader? I got another regional leader. Some of you know Carrie Ann. Who knows Carrie Ann Benjamin?
Yeah.
Yeah, her butt's burning because she got to watch and Jenna got to watch and Jenna's getting ring and she's like, oh my God. But you know what? This is how it is and that's what's going on in our. He put on a watch in our base shop. We have almost every RVP put a watch in our base shop. You got to get a watch before you go to RVP. Learn how to write the business. Learn how to produce. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, great. Anything else I can help you guys?
We've got time for one more, if somebody's got
One more? Okay. No? All right, good. John, you want to add anything?
You know, I do have to get better in the war market. I hired a couple of people now. I had a guy, I went to a birthday party in Atlantic City, And the guy was an awesome waiter. He reminds, how many people are at CSI, or the old CSI, with Warwick Brown? That's him, I swear. I looked at him, I said, I know you. He goes, no, you don't. Serving a, I said, I do know you. He goes, no, you don't. I said, I know you. He says, no, you don't. I said, you're on TV. Yes, you were. He said, no, that's not me. Really, identical. I hired the guy, he hooked me up with 7 people last weekend. How hard is that to do when you walk outside and get numbers? So I'm starting to learn, get into people's market, because he gave me, I had 1 sale with him, and we have 3 more on Sunday. That's not bad for a week.
No.
Have 4 people do that, what do you get? A lot of activity, right?
Yep.
But, you know, I just learned the cold market because I didn't have any warm market to go into. But getting the warm market's a heck of a lot easier and less
Yes.
frustrating. You know, it is, because it takes a while to build a thick skin where no doesn't bother you. Nobody likes to hear no. Because I gotta pay my bills this week, I gotta go for somebody to say yes.
Right.
Same thing, that's all.
Yeah, and just make money and save money, okay, guys? Like,
Yeah,
you should-
definitely.
You should all calculate the financial calculator on your phone and say, when am I gonna save up 100,000? When am I gonna save up half a million, right? We put a game plan for 10 years, we hit it in 7. Because we really took the income to 300,000 plus, so it was easy to get to be a millionaire, right? Now, I make more money in my investment than I make in Primerica money.
Let's go, Sanjay.
And that's not me trying to impress you, okay? That's just me telling you. Now, that's a monopoly money, because, you know, when the stock goes up like that, you know, make 30 grand today. And then the next day, I lost 30 grand. But I understand that, but thank God it's been, I diversified a portfolio, right? I have I own thousands of shares of Aggressive Growth Fund, right?
Yes.
Okay, I got LCLTX fund, the select fund. That fund is up 25% year to date.
Wow.
I own over 1,000 shares of that, okay? Do you understand that? I'm a Lake Mason guy, so that's what I own, okay? And they've been doing very good this year, right? Appreciation fund and all of that. Like my mother-in-law, who's 92-year-old, she's 100% in appreciation fund.
Wow.
Well, why don't I diversify it to a bond? Because that's gonna be our money. When she passes away, she's giving it to family. Do you understand that? We're keeping it all equity. She's got 22% year to date on that money. Hello? So when she has $500,000 in an appreciation fund and made 22%, she just got a ring this year. So I just want you to understand that learn about investment, get fun about it, and use it on you. Hello?
Yes.
Make sure you know more about investment, about your investment, and how do you do it than trying to help other people. So I spend a little time every week on my business, my personal asset, and make sure I grow that money, okay? I'm not so occupied on day trading, that's not what I do. I don't own any other stock except Primerica, but I do mutual fund. So I make sure I have that, and I believe in that. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. And by the way, who's gonna be in our school this weekend? I'll get a couple more people there that are out of the game right now and tell them there's a chance to learn from somebody to change their life, okay?
Yeah.
Awesome, guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.